pink sauce, the vile sludge that was sweeping the TikTok nation for about a couple months until people found out that this lady was basically just shipping out like mini little biohazard, like little, basically just like little fucking chemical, bombs basically. Just the equivalent of like a minor coronavirus, but like edible, I guess. So, now you're probably wondering, all right, who would come out with such a nuclear weapon? No, none other than a TikTok creator by the name of Chef P. This lady was advertising her homemade pink sauce, this bright neon sauce that she put on basically almost anything, chicken, burgers, literally whatever, just anything you could fucking put a sauce on, she was putting this shit on, and she was advertising it heavily on TikTok, and it blew up. People, wanted some, so she was like, hey, fuck it, I'll start shipping this shit out. So she did, and people found out she wasn't the sharpest tool in the shed. Essentially, she was shipping out a sauce that needed, such things as preservatives, and it needed to be refrigerated, because it's a sauce and stuff. It's not gonna ship across America completely fine as is. Basic knowledge. Just ship something out if it's like, edible. Make sure it's gonna arrive edible, and make sure it doesn't go bad during shipping. This is basically the only rule of shipping shit out that's edible. Just make sure it's not gonna create like chemicals on the way and like just be basically living bacteria by the time it gets to the person. That's basically the only rule of shipping food out, essentially, because nowadays you don't even have to make your stuff like healthy. It can be as fattening as you want it to be. They basically just ship that shit out anyways. They don't give a fuck. Basically just make it edible, and that's it. And she couldn't even do that, so she ended up getting called out for it. Then she had to go to a talk show. So it was just her being glorified for selling bio-nuclear weapons that were edible, basically. Another lady on TikTok, she ended up taking this shit to a fucking facility, or she sent it off to like a facility to get it tested, and yeah, it was basically just not edible, and it was literally just a chemical weapon at that point. So she ended up going on to the talk show with Chef P, and she got obliterated. She got blasted. She got fucked up and then some in this show. I felt so bad watching it. I'll just throw up like a couple of clips here.
This is a moment of reflection.
Absolutely, and I think it's a moment of learning on both parts.
I think the learning is more on your part.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's being real. And this being real here. Because I literally...
You're not special.
Yeah, she's basically just getting told off like she's not special and all this kind of shit because she's trying to make sure that, the shit she bought is edible. Basically, Chef P was calling her out, calling her not special because she wanted to make sure what she bought was edible. Just let that sink in. And the dude on the talk show, he didn't care. He backed up 100%. He didn't give a single fuck, so, that's always good to hear. But then he basically ended up later backtracking and then talking to this lady and was like, yeah, my bad. That was a little messed up. Are you okay? Oh, okay, cool.
I'll tell you right now, I am sorry, just point blank period, that I gaslit you.
So that was pretty much where that led to, and Chef P ended up getting a brand deal, or like not a brand deal, but she got bought basically by Dave's Gourmet, and they sell their sauces in like Walmarts and stuff like that. So this was basically like just essentially really good for Chef P. She got free publicity, and her sauce is now getting advertised in Walmart. So she's just making an insane bag off sauce, and that's pretty much what we thought was gonna happen. We thought we were just gonna see her like get bought basically and advertise her shit. She was just gonna be cool after that, advertising her sauce and shit. But no, we come to find out that apparently, a couple months later, she basically just comes out and says, yeah, I have no money and I can't feed my kids. I have nowhere to live. I'm going to starve to death by the end of this TikTok. Please save me. I actually am in a basement dying.
What can I do if they won't pay me and I can't afford an attorney? What can I do? Ask them what happened to all the money. Ask them what happened to all the money. Ask them. Y'all gotta ask them. I don't know. I don't know what happened to all the money. I just know that the money is being made. The money is being made. The money is...
Which was basically like to sum it up. And we were all rightfully confused because like, bro, did you not just get bought by Dave's Gourmet? They have like a lot of money. What happened? Like, did you just get scammed? Like, what the fuck? So we waited, and she just kept coming out with more of these videos basically saying she's homeless, broke, poor, and she can't afford anything, and she's scraping the bottom of the barrel. And you know, before this, she was posting on like Facebook and stuff and Twitter, basically just saying, you know, living the high life, shit like that, like basically just kind of flexing on social media. So we're kind of wondering where'd the money go. So she makes this video saying, you know, they tried to defame her and all this other kind of shit. I'll just throw the video up basically.
These people defrauded me. So I would have to sue them for fraud, because it's not only the calculation of the royalty, but it's everything.
But yeah, people were trying to defame her and all this other weird kooky shit. I kind of thought she was like off some drugs or something. I thought she just like took a bad perk or something. I still to this day don't know why she would say that. After that, you know, she just kept coming out with her silly TikTok videos saying basically fuck pink sauce. It's not.
But y'all know soon. They can't steal from me. This is my legacy. I know y'all been wondering, like, what's going on? Like, what? Like, this is tacky. This is really tacky. I'm over it.
Mine anymore, and I don't like it basically. And this isn't the real pink sauce and other shit like that. And it was just really weird to spectate and like just kind of see her just kind of go wacko mode. It looked like she was about to go cyber psycho. Like I thought any minute now she was just gonna like grow like fucking mechanical arms or some shit and just start trying to like rip the phone apart or something. She was just going like insano style. She was breaking bottles of like pink sauce and everything. It was just really wacky and weird. We end up getting this news article, or like a response basically from Dave's Gourmet, and it just sums it up all basically. So they gave her around in total like $120,000 over the course of like so many transactions. It just doesn't make sense. Like it just doesn't, you know, because she was getting like, she outright got bought by Dave's Gourmet. So I wanted to figure out what happened with that money, as well as everybody else, obviously, because like, dude, you just got a fuck ton of money. Where did it all go? So finally, they end up coming out basically saying she originally got bought out for $45,000, and that was essentially just to like pay back like refunds and everything. So I guess you could just kind of blew through that. And Dave's Gourmet saying that she didn't have enough to cover the refunds, so they gave her another $30,000, which was literally for like the refunds and stuff. So all of the money that Dave's Gourmet gave her was basically just kind of buffer money, and she ended up, I guess, just kind of spending it all for whatever reason. So she ended up going to Dave's Gourmet and asking them for another $40,000, and I'll have the whole screenshot up here so you guys can read it and everything. You know, she ends up getting literally $30,000 from Dave's Gourmet, which is like, already they've done way too much for this lady. Like, they've given her already way too much money for nothing, essentially. Because keep in mind, she came out with like a really botched fucking sauce that wasn't edible by the time it got to you, and now she's getting already like $70,000 for literally nothing. And then, you know, so she gets her $30,000. That's for like rent and stuff like that. So I mean, you know, fair enough. Like, genuinely, all right, fair enough. You didn't have enough money to cover all the refunds and all that other stuff. I don't know if she blew through that money or if that automatically just kind of went towards the refunds. I'm not sure, because it doesn't really say in this article, but I'm not sure. Either she blew the money or they kind of just took it out and put it right towards the refunds immediately. Either way, she didn't really even get that money, I'm assuming. It seems like, because she asked for another $30,000 for like living costs and stuff like that, which Dave's Gourmet gave her for some odd reason. I sure wouldn't done it. But then she goes on to ask for another $10,000 for marketing expenses so she could throw a birthday party for herself. Doesn't make sense, because you are the marketing. You're the lady who made the sauce. You're the person, you're supposed to market it. What do you mean marketing expense? Market expense for what? You just kind of stand there with the sauce. I was so baffled reading this, because it just didn't make sense. Like, you are the marketing. Like, you have the sauce. You don't need anything else. Just prop your phone up and just record a TikTok. Like, that's, you don't have to go to like a booth or anything. Like, it's not really that hard. People are gonna buy it either way. So I was so confused as to why she wanted another $10,000. And, you know, it says, you know, $800 for a dress and $600 for some shoes, which again, doesn't make sense. I don't think you need to have like the newest pair of Jordans to advertise your sauce, especially if you're just recording from like the waist up. They're not going to see your shoes anyways. I just don't know. This still baffles me to this day. I don't understand that. But you know, she ended up, you know, trying to buy like shoes and shit with it, which is obviously fraudulent, which they caught on to immediately and told her, but I guess she just didn't care. And it's just really scuffed. She just basically kept asking for money, and now I guess she's like $120,000 in debt to Dave's Gourmet. So, you know, she basically just got greedy and she just kept asking for money. So I'm honestly just kind of excited to see where this goes, because this has just been a wacky fucking journey so far. And she just keeps messing it up. Like, she's gonna fuck it up with Dave's Gourmet. As to how they haven't like filed any charges on her yet, I don't know why. She had obligations obviously to, you know, advertise the sauce, because she's the advertising, you know, she's the marketing and stuff. She's literally what they're paying for, basically, for her to sit there and advertise the sauce. And she wasn't even doing that. She wasn't even advertising the sauce, and they still didn't even care enough to like say anything, honestly, because they didn't want to put a strain on the relationship. Genuinely, at that point, just hats off to Dave's Gourmet, because I would have lost my shit. I would have went fucking sicko mode. Like, the one thing I paid you to do, you can't even do that, and you're still coming to me asking for money. So genuinely, hats off to Dave's Gourmet. I just want to see where this goes, because this has been quite wacky. But if y'all like the video, leave a like, and if you dislike the video, leave a dislike. Any criticism is constructive criticism, and I love to respond to y'all in the comments. All 2 of you. Hi. That's pretty much it for this video, and you know, thank you guys for your time.